Now at 6, emergency crews respond to a serious crash in Jasper County that brings down power lines in all directions, including across one of the vehicles. Plus, first responders in Girard, Kansas learn safe ways of dealing with an ammonia-based emergency. And we learn about the year-round upkeep it takes to maintain a cemetery.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A serious car crash in Jasper County takes out power lines and poles. This is KOIM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. That crash happened about 8 a.m. near Golden City. Authorities say the crash involved a car and a pickup. The crash took down power poles and lines in all 4 directions, creating an even more dangerous situation. Power lines fell across the car with the injured driver still inside. Martin County Electric had to shut off electricity to that area. Crews managed to remove the driver of the car, who was then flown by helicopter to an area hospital. The driver of the truck left the vehicle on his own and refused further medical attention. Crews respond to a fire at around 2 this morning after smoke was spotted at a business on North Click Street in Nevada. This was at a tire recycling center. Drivers were asked to avoid the area. No word on the cause of that fire. Just a few weeks ago, on July 19th, firefighters responded to another fire at the same site. This is video from that fire. That July fire started near the machines used to shred old tires. Look for more details on this story on our website, koimnewsnow.com, as they become available. First responders held an emergency response training session today at the Girard Fire Department. Members of the fire department, along with the Crawford County Emergency Management Agency, trained first responders on how to deal with ammonia-based emergencies. Ammonia can be dangerous in many ways, ranging from irritation and burns to breathing problems, even causing some long-term effects. Responders learned ways to safely deal with ammonia in gas and liquid forms.
So it's something that is produced in factories, moves across our roads, and is used in our local communities. So we want responders to be familiar with it so that when an incident occurs, they're comfortable, they're familiar with the chemical, they're comfortable with some of its chemical physical properties, and it'll help them respond more efficiently, effectively, and safely.
The course covered a mix of lectures, skill stations, case studies, tabletop scenarios, and hands-on training. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a first look at the weather.
Well, temperatures are dropping quickly thanks to some showers earlier this afternoon. Now, all of that is out of our area. We do still have some cloudy skies out there, especially southeastern Kansas. For the rest of the night, these clouds are just going to continue to clear out of the area, dropping down temperatures into the mid-70s. Now, we do have another round of shower chances as we head into Thursday morning, so it's about 5 a.m. You can see them moving into southeastern Kansas. Now they're going to continue to push in even further into the Joplin area as well. A little bit later in the afternoon, more isolated shower chances. Now, in addition to the morning showers, we also have the high heat for the day, Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. We only have Newada County and Washington County in Oklahoma under a heat advisory, but I suspect that southeastern Kansas is going to follow suit here shortly, and I'll have all those details coming up.
Catch you in a few. During the summer, it can feel like lawn care is never ending, and that's also true for cemetery grounds crews. KOIM Samantha Walker met with a crew in Coffeyville, Kansas to learn what goes into the upkeep.
Not something that when you're a small child, you're like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be the caretaker of a cemetery. It's actually something that just divinely happens.
While a cemetery groundskeeper, also known as a sexton, may not be a well-known job, it's a necessary one nonetheless. A job Cameron Brinker has been doing in Coffeyville for more than 3 years.
There has been nothing that has brought me more joy and honor than to serve my community by loving and protecting their families and their loved ones that are laid to rest out here.
The upkeep of Coffeyville's 3 cemeteries is a big job for Brinker and his crews during the summer, when they're tasked with handling more than 20,000 plots. One cemetery can take a fully staffed crew up to a week and a half to complete. This includes mowing, weed eating, and clearing headstones of grass and dirt. And before they finish one, another cemetery will already have grass and weeds that need addressed.
And there's always issues, because it's life. There are always issues with staffing, and then weather will always play a factor.
But even if they're short-staffed or equipment is broken, they'll still be out there doing their best.
We are out here day in, day out, no matter what the temperatures are. And the resting place of your loved ones is at the forefront of our hearts and minds. We firmly believe that we are the guardians and the protectors of the deceased and the families that still mourn them.
Cemetery staff say they understand how important it is to place items at graves to remember your loved ones.
Because that is part of the grieving process, and that is something that we encourage. That has been part of human culture since the dawn of time.
But they add one way you can help during the summer as they mow and weed eat is to be mindful of how much you have placed.
By all means, decorate your loved one's grave. It does, however, make it a tad bit easier on us if decorations can be kept to a respectful minimum.
No matter what, though, the crew is ready to work in the hot temperatures to make sure every grave is taken care of.
It is our greatest honor to always keep up, to adapt and overcome no matter what, and I can guarantee you that these crews will always be working out here for the greater good of this community.
Reporting in Coffeyville, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The cemetery grounds crew says they welcome feedback on their work and encourage the community to reach out if they have any comments, concerns, or questions. The Lions hit the gridiron for some preseason preparation. Sports Director Ryan Blank has a preview of what it's going to take to get the team ready for the regular season coming up later in sports. But up first, the Carthage Tigers take to the field for a different type of preseason prep.
Carthage High School starts its band camp. I'm Lonnie Walton in Carthage. I'll have that story coming up.
Music is starting to fill the air as local high school bands prepare for the upcoming school year. KOAM's Lonnie Walton caught up with the Carthage High School band, which says it plans to start the semester on a high note.
I just really like the music this year. It's more like upbeat, I feel like.
Adriana Patrick is a senior band member at Carthage High School. She's held this love for band since childhood.
Since I've had siblings in it above me, I've got to do the marching show with them. I really enjoyed just getting to meet all the new people.
A lot of new people is exactly what Carthage band instructor Jennifer Sager says is happening this year.
Last year we grew quite a bit from about the 120s to 144-ish. And then this year we've come up with 176 students in our band.
The band practices on a block schedule for 2.5 hours. It's all for a busy lineup.
We go to 4 competitions ourselves, and the 4 weekends before Maple Leaf, and then we host Maple Leaf.
So what is the biggest challenge?
Probably just having to memorize everything, because we have to memorize the music. We have to memorize where we're moving.
Wrangling 176 kids is also quite a feat, but...
And that heat.
Yeah, so the weather, it does get really hot.
Lots of water, lots of hydration.
And the goal is to win those competitions and, of course, have a lot of fun. Reporting in Carthage, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Sager says the school takes students' health seriously during these high temperatures. She says a local fire truck soaks them with water just to help keep those temps down. A little bit later, the Outlaws begin their title defense last night with a close win. Ryan's going to tell us what's next for the champs coming up later in sports.
And we have high temperatures returning over the next couple of days. I'll have those details right after this. Well, we had a few afternoon showers that brought our temperatures down a little bit for the rest of the evening. But all those showers are out of here. You can see downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. We do still have those cloudy skies and winds gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour. Now, because of those showers hitting the central counties right when we are getting to the high of the day, we did get a little bit cooler than expected or anticipated, but our low was right on par, low 70s. We're still pretty close to average and slightly above average, and that's going to continue. We finally have a couple of heat advisories issued out there in Newada County and Washington County in Oklahoma. Now, expect couple more heat advisories, if not excessive heat warnings, issued for southeastern Kansas, though the Missouri and Arkansas side might be delayed by a day or so because we're not expecting intense temperatures on the Missouri or Arkansas side until Friday. Now, all of the showers are out of our area. We do still have those overcast skies out there and some partly cloudy skies. Those are going to clear out overnight tonight, so we're going to have clear skies tonight. Winds do continue. You can see how strong those wind gusts are. Again, 20-25 miles per hour. And then we have, by Thursday morning, 5 to 7 a.m., shower chances that are going to start to creep in to southeastern Kansas. Now, these showers are expected to continue to push further into our central county, similar to what we saw today, but through the morning hours until about noon. Now you can see by 10 a.m. looks like Joplin, maybe Carthage, Carl Junction, Pittsburgh, also near Parsons as well, getting some of these showers all the way up to Stockton, Lamar, Nevada. Now those again push out towards the east, but southeastern Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma still could see a couple more pop-up shower chances later in the afternoon, so it's about 5 p.m. for Thursday. Now, rest of Friday is looking super sunny, great, amazing day. Not expecting anything until Saturday. We are expecting a couple pop-up storm chances Saturday, and then those lead into stronger storms as we head into Sunday evening and through Monday. Now, until then, we do have intense heat. Let's see, heat index on the Kansas and Oklahoma side above 100. Pittsburgh, Baxter Springs is about 100. Fredonia, Independence, Nowata, Sedan, 105. So that's why we're expecting those heat index or heat advisories to be issued for more counties in Oklahoma and Kansas. But if you take a look at the Missouri side, not quite getting above 100. You can see 99, Lockwood, Stockton, actually all the way through Joplin up to Nevada, Anderson as well. That all changes on Friday, though. Our heat index is going to continue to spike, so every single city is above 102 heat index, all the way to 107 in those far western counties. So today we didn't have a high heat risk, minor to maybe moderate out near the Stockton area. Once we're getting into Thursday, moderate risk, but you can see that major risk creeping over to Wichita, and then a major risk for all of us on Friday. So we definitely see those highest temperatures Friday, highest heat index values on Friday. Pop-up storm chances Saturday, Sunday, scattered storms Sunday night and into Monday. And then as those temperatures heat up later into the week, we'll see pop-up storm chances returning.
Looks very much like August temperatures,
yes,
if you ask me. Thanks, Lindsay. Still ahead, Pitt State showcased their uniforms for their whiteout game this season. We're going to take a look at those coming up. And Missouri Southern began their fall football practices. We're going to hear from them next.
The end of August cannot come any faster for football fans, with games being played this month. But before the action on the gridiron begins, Wednesday marked the start of Missouri Southern State's football preseason camp. As the Lions prepare for their season opener in just over 3 weeks, one thing that will stand out about this year's roster is their depth. After battling through injuries last year, the focus for the coaching staff this offseason was to get deeper across the field. And while recruiting and the transfer portal are key in college sports, head coach Atiba Bradley credits the team's returning pieces more than anything else.
We've had much better success with our retention with these last two classes, and so now we're looking up, and you've got a senior, you've got a redshirt junior, and you've got two true sophomores, and that doesn't happen overnight, you know, and so it's taken us a couple years to find our groove, but retention is up, and so as a result, depth is much improved.
After last season, the Lions also wanted to address the culture of the program. And for the players during their off-season workouts, the focus was on discipline, with an emphasis on putting 100% effort into everything you do.
Missouri Southern has beat Missouri Southern for too long, especially in the last 4 years that I've been around. That's what I've noticed is, you know, we can't have penalties that are just random, and we can't have personal fouls. There's nothing like that. When it comes to weight room, Coach Dredge has done the ability to, you know, establish that discipline. Like, there's no shortcuts. There's no, hey, you're not gonna do this just because you don't want to. Now it's like, hey, you're gonna do it because I told you to do it, and that's the discipline, and that's what's gonna show up on the field.
Discipline and culture is a 24-hour deal. I'm only around these guys, 8 hours a week. I'm only around these guys, in the summer I can't be around them at all, basically. And so it's really your Dimitri Lloyds, your Trace Wilhites, your Draper Parker, your Zach Bergmans, your Colton Basses. These guys that have been in our program 4 or 5 years now understand what it takes to get to the level of competition that we want.
The Lions opened their 2025 season at home on August 30th against Midwestern State. This morning, Pitt State released their uniforms for their whiteout-themed home football opener on September 13th with a historical twist. When the Gorillas take the field against Ferris State in the Jungle, they'll be honoring legendary coach Carney Smith, along with the 1957 and 1961 national championship teams. The stripes on the sleeves of the jersey are to commemorate the 1957 championship squad, with the number on the helmet inspired by the 1961 national champs. But Pitt State didn't stop there, as the front features a patch to honor the legendary coach and teams. Don't forget about that gorilla on the helmet either. Pitt State, they'll be looking good in their home opener. The Joplin Outlaws are back in the Mid-America League Championship Series after defeating the Texarkana Rhinos in their semifinal matchup on Tuesday. Tonight, they'll find out their opponent as the Sherman Shadowcats and Abilene Flying Bison will battle to face the Outlaws in that championship series. Flying Bison finished with a regular season record of 40-20 to secure the 2 seed, while the Shadowcats ended with a 30-32 record. Joplin is a combined 17-4 against these two teams this year. First pitch is at 7:05 from Abilene. The Royals and Cardinals are wrapping up their respective series on Wednesday before getting an off day tomorrow. Starting with the Cards, they finished a 3-game set against the Dodgers in LA with a rubber match for the series, and the Redbirds come away with a big series win over the Dodgers, coming from behind to pick up a 5-3 win. Jordan Walker had a big day, going 3 for 5 and knocking in the game-tying and winning run in the 8th inning. Cardinals travel back home for a weekend series against the Cubs. Kansas City finishing their series in Boston, looking to avoid the sweep after dropping the first 2 games so far in the series. KC has been outscored 14-7 in those first 2 games. Michael Wacha takes the mound for the Royals with Dustin May. He'll be making his first start for the Red Sox after being acquired from the Dodgers at the trade deadline. This one just getting started at Fenway Park, scoreless in the first inning. How about those Pitt State uniforms? Those
beautiful.
They're looking clean.
Yeah, their split-faced gorilla, of course, is iconic now, but that old gorilla is kind of nice as a throwback.
And I love how they're honoring a legendary coach and their 2 national championship teams as well.
Yeah,
really good touch.
61.
Yeah, it looks really good.
They've had championships since then, but those were the 2 early on.
Honoring the first 2.
You bet. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Quapaw Nation opens doors and minds with a scholarship workshop, guiding hopeful students through the maze of applications. Plus, the Department of Health and Human Services announces a $500 million in cuts to funding for vaccines. And it's copperhead season in southwest Missouri. Find out why those venomous snakes are on the move. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. You're going to want to have some sunblock and lots of water if you're going to be out the next few days. It's hot out there.
Well, our hottest day is going to be on Friday, and it's going to be sunny, so you're right about the sunblock. Now, the next couple of days, temperatures are going to be in the upper 90s, but we do have some storm chances in the morning on Thursday to cool us down a little bit Thursday before the heat really hits us on Friday.
A little bit helps, at least a little bit. Final sports note.
The Cardinals look to be right back in that wild card race, getting a big series win over the Dodgers on the road. So they might have sold a little bit at the deadline, but they're still fighting and still competing.
Yeah, they are in the final stretch. See if they can get hot. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.